Hey folks, this is Russ Jones here. Wanted to show off Broken Link Finder or brokenlinkbuilding.com for you. There's some new features, some really cool stuff, and I just wanted to give you guys an idea of exactly what goes into running a successful campaign inside brokenlinkbuilding.com. I'm going to do this completely raw, so it's going to take a little bit of time. We're not going to have any pre-made campaigns or anything set up here. It's exactly how it works. So right now, as you can see, we're looking in at the screen of a completely empty account. I have 60 credits because I signed up at, I think it's the pro level or something of that sort. There are a couple of different types of campaigns that you can do. There's your standard keyword campaign, there's a URL-based campaign, and reserved opportunities. We're not going to really cover URL prospects, even though they're great. We're just going to do a standard keyword campaign, and well, we'll see. If we get something good, maybe we'll reserve an opportunity. But let's create a new campaign. Just got a whole bunch of landscaping done at my house, so I figure might as well do a campaign about landscaping. So we'll give it a title. Create a campaign. And let's come up with some words that we want to use. Landscaping, irrigation, fescue, which is the type of grass in the front of my house, and lawn. Basically, the keywords that we're looking for here are resource pages, pages that might link out to other websites or other web pages that ultimately might be 404'd. The goal then being that if those pages don't exist anymore, then we recreate that page and we reach out to everybody that links to them and say, hey, switch your link to us instead. I'm going to test the keywords first, which just lets us know if the keywords are broad enough. It's not necessarily going to guarantee you good results, but it should let you know whether or not they're broad. The assessment is good, best, 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 best. All of this means is that there should be a lot of results. So we're going to close that up, and I'm going to add the keywords. So right now it is adding the keywords to the brokenlinkbuilding.com system. It takes a few minutes because it's literally queuing up these keywords and launching. I think it's up to now about 36 different servers to manage the process of just scraping the web. So we then go to the opportunities page. Obviously it's not instantaneous. What the system is doing is taking, I want to say, around 100 different search queries, search patterns for each one of those keywords, searching the internet for pages that match those queries, then scraping all of those pages, and then from all of those pages, then following all of their links. So you can imagine now we're talking tens of thousands of links to see which ones of those pages aren't live anymore. And if they aren't live, they add them into the system. And then they check all the backlinks for them so you know which ones are worth getting. Then there are a couple other cool features that you just aren't going to find anywhere else. So we click over to the opportunities page. As you can see, we still don't really have any opportunities left. And it's sort of a waiting game at this point. If you want, you can just log out and come back in a little bit or two. Doesn't really matter exactly how you want to do it, but it just takes a little bit of time. At this point, it's worth pointing out that there are two different types of prospecting in brokenlinkbuilding.com. There's this type, which is the keyword-based prospecting, and then the other type is called URL-based. And when we do URL-based, the difference is that instead of looking up the keywords, we're starting with an individual website that we want to mimic. So let's say we wanted to mimic scottslawncare.com. We could use that as a URL-based campaign. And then it would go look up its backlinks and use that as a method of trying to find opportunities. So let's see if we've got anything coming in just yet. There we go. It's only been 2 minutes and we're already starting to see some opportunities. Now you'll notice here that it says refresh the links. It hasn't actually checked the links yet for them. But if we hit the page again, you'll see it's starting to count some links. These aren't too good at the moment. We're looking at like 8, 9 links, so many, not really what we wanted. So we'll just keep waiting for a couple of minutes, but there you go. Now we're starting to get a little bit bigger. We're starting to get some results that are coming through. You notice this column called End Topic right here. This is something that is exclusive to Verante, which is my company. We can measure the quality of relevancy to a keyword. So when we added in these keywords, landscaping, irrigation, fescue, and lawn, we're checking archive.org's copy of these pages to see if they are relevant to those terms. Now, that little clock there means that we haven't quite gotten around to doing it yet, because it can take a couple of minutes to get a couple of those scores, especially if the links are less than 50. We prioritize any kind of results that are less than 50. Now, at this point, let's go back and just see exactly how many opportunities we've already pulled in. So we've already pulled in 145 potential opportunities. This video has been going for 5 minutes. So in 5 minutes time, we have already done a huge volume. And I can actually tell you by looking at the back end that we are less than a fourth of the way done with all of the spidering that we're going to ultimately end up doing. So my guess is that these opportunities are going to shoot way up. There you go. There's another big jump. So now I've clicked back in, and actually now you can see that we're starting to get a bunch of great opportunities, and the grades are starting to come in. Notice that this form, webmaster form on UChicago, has a lot of links. That's great, but the end topic score, the relevancy, is low, so I'd probably ignore it. This tattoo supplies, this actually looks like a spammed link. So it made its way in the system, but when its score comes back, it's going to be an F. But right here, what's this? We're looking at a web page on epa.gov. It looks like it has something to do with landscapes. It's got a bunch of links, 219, and it's got a grade of C for relevancy. That's fantastic. That means that it is at least somewhat relevant to our terms. Now, the first thing we're going to want to do is see what this page was actually about. So I'm going to click here on HTML, and this is going to use our archive.org finder and see if it can find the exact page that we want. So let's click on through, and here we go. See what comes up. This is a Greenscapes page on resource conservation, on how to reduce, reuse, and recycle greenscapes. This is great. If I'm a landscaping company, I can easily recreate this content to talk about greenscaping. In fact, I can make a whole resource section by copying some of these additional sections here that are gone as well. So this looks like a really good opportunity. So I'm going to close back and go back here. Now I want to check the links. Are these really links that I'm interested in? So we're going to click on links, and it's going to now go to Majestic SEO and Ahrefs and a couple of other sorts and see what kind of links exist out there. So I'm going to export and open up these links and see what comes back. Great. Looks like there are a lot of really good links here. EasyTurf.com, some .orgs, a .gov. And these are some great links that we could potentially get talking about greenscaping. Fantastic. So now here's the hotness. Here's the new release. And this is actually tied into something that Verante has launched, and nobody else really knows about it yet. And this is contact finding. Many of you know about Removem, which is Verante's link removal tool, where we've pulled out the contact finding mechanism we have in that and are creating a new system. And we've actually let Garrett French tie it in directly into Broken Link Finder. So if I click right here on contact, it's going to get me those links. Now, you're going to get a warning. When we first try and get the contact information, it's going to be probably fairly minimal. The reason is that we're queuing up to go and find the contact information. So once you download it, you might want to wait a few minutes and then re-download it again. Don't worry, it's no additional cost. So we hit OK, and the advanced export is now coming out. Let's see what we got here. Double click to open it up. And here we go. So it's the same thing before. It tells us the page that was linked to that we're going to be recreating on our site, the anchor text of the link, the linking page, and then contact information. Yeah, so easyturf.com. It looks like info@easyturf.com works. It also looks like MTK requests, market requests. Looks like they got a contact page. In fact, let me do this. There are 87 contacts that we've already found out of 139 links that we were able to find. So out of that 139, 87. So we're talking 65, 75% success rate already. That's just the first pass. So after a little bit of time, I bet we're going to be able to get a whole lot more. Now this is a pretty good opportunity. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and reserve it. And that's using the lock mechanism. What that means is that basically by spending 3 credits, which is roughly about $18 or $19, I'm going to make it so that nobody else can ever use this resource. If somebody else ever searches again for lawn or lawn care or whatever it is, and this resource comes up, it'll be excluded and we're protected. So that's exactly what we do in our system. Now all I have to do is recreate this content on my website. Should be pretty easy. And then take a couple of moments and reach out to those webmasters that we found the contact information for. And there you go, a successful broken link building campaign. I hope you guys like this. It's pretty straightforward and easy. I think this entire campaign cost us 7 credits, which times about $6 a credit is about $42 for 200 plus potential links. If I get a 10% return on investment, that's 20 links. That's like $2 a link. I think that $2 a link is a pretty good deal. So hopefully this made sense to you guys and you'll get a chance to use it yourself in the future. That's it. Hope you have a great day.